came to our house in the evening and said, there is a Hindu family with 8 children. They have not eaten for some time. I took some rice and I went straight away there. And I could see their little faces, hungry faces. I could see their eyes shining with hunger. And then the mother took the rice from my hands and she divided into 2. And she went out. When she came back, I asked her, where did you go? What did you do? And she said, they are hungry also. Next door neighbor, a Muslim family with as many children, she knew that they were hungry. She actually was doing what Jesus does, the breaking of the bread. She broke her love and shared it with them. She broke the love of Christ and divided. And I couldn't tell you the faces of those little ones. When I came in, I knew that they were suffering. I knew that they were hungry. By the time I left the room, their eyes were shining with joy because the mother and the children were able to share their love with others. What struck me in that case was that she knew. Do we really know our poor? Do we really know the poor in our own house, in our own family? Maybe we are not hungry for a piece of bread. Maybe our children, our husband, our wife are not hungry, are not naked, are not homeless. But are you sure that there is no one there who feels unwanted, unloved? Where are your old father and mother? Where are they? I visited a home, one of the best homes in England. Our sisters are there working. Then in this special home I went to visit the old people. I don't know, but I have never seen so much beautiful things and so much wonderful things in a home like I saw in that home. And yet there was not a single smile on the faces of those people. All these old people, they were all looking towards the door. And I asked the sister in charge, and I said, sister, why are they like that? Why are they not smiling? I'm so used to see smiles on people's faces because I think smile generates smiles, just as love generates love. So I asked, and she said, this is every day like that. They're always waiting for somebody to come and visit them. The loneliness is eating them up. And for days after days, they keep on looking. Nobody turns up. That unwantedness is great poverty. And one night we visited, the sisters work at night in London. And we saw a young boy with beautiful long hair sitting. And I said to him, you shouldn't be here. You should be with your parents. This is not the place for you to sit in the street in this cold night. And he looked at me straight into my eyes and said, my mother doesn't want me because I have long hair. That was all. And there was this young boy, unwanted by his own mother. And I reflected for a second. Quite possible his mother was very busy with the hunger of India and Africa and all these places. She wanted to feed everybody except her own child. She did not know that poverty of hunger was in her own home and that she was the cause of that hunger. This is why I ask, do we really know our poor? do we know that how poor we are? And for me, a nation, a country that destroys the life of the unborn child, the child that has been created to live and love, that has been created in the image of God, to be destroyed, not to be allowed to live, because they are afraid. They cannot feed one more child. They cannot educate one more child. The child must die that they may live. This is very great poverty.